Hey, favored ones. Welcome back to another reading. I am Kymmy, and I don't quite have a topic for. My guides, and I was also talking with one of my very wise friends, stating that I just felt like I needed to come up here and see where the messages take me. You know, really feeling like I'm being left blindsided. And from that, I feel like the collective right now is feeling very blindsided by an event, whether it's taking a hit to your financials or a relationship or a job that you thought was going to last a long time and you thought that you belonged there, and you found out recently that you just aren't as valued. This could be family members that aren't valuing you to your fullest potential and worth, as well as some of the collective is, yeah, like I said, just a financial hit that you weren't expecting, although I feel like you're handling it to your bestest abilities and you're going to get through it. I feel like as a collective, we're all going to get through this. There is a feeling of, for those who are dealing with people who have passed away or are sick at the moment, my heart goes out to you, and may you find relief in your day-to-day routine as you learn to navigate this grief. It is definitely a hard time grieving a loss of and stress of family, friends, and jobs, and of course of a loved one. Today I wanted to do Rhapsodomancy with a little bit of extra stuff on the side. I'm going to pick a poem and really just take my time and see what messages that the universe and source have for the collective. So yeah, I appreciate it. You coming all through, and if you could like, comment, and subscribe for an energy exchange, I appreciate it. If you want to share with your friends, I would very much appreciate that too. Thank you for being here. So to get into it, I'll start off with picking out what poem I'm going to be reading off, and I'm using my personal poems that I will be getting published. Mark my words, it'll happen. Okay. 52? No, I have it right. Okay, 52. And can we get a message from the collective, please? Spirit guides, guardians, and ancestors. Can we get a collective message? Number 30. You could be seeing sequences of threes. You could have been born in March. Life path 30 or 33, master number. Okay. I feel like you're becoming your own hero, because I keep hearing from Shrek 2's version of I Need a Hero. Either Shrek is love, Shrek is life for you. I also feel like for some of you, it's Footloose. Some of you need to cut loose and kick off your Sunday shoes and get out there and have a bit of fun. You may have been only working towards your goal, which is wonderful, having determination and continuing to do your due diligence towards your goals and your dreams. But remember that you owe it to yourself to have fun. Let's see what poem number 30 is. Yeah, jet stream dreams. So you're like really trying to jet stream straight to your dreams. But remember, even if you are the most powerfulest jet in the world, you're still eventually going to need to touch down at least for a second before going off and flying up again. And you'll need to make a pit stop. Make a pit stop for yourself. Be like, yo, I deserve some new wheels. I deserve to upgrade. I deserve, and you do deserve. You've been working really hard, and whether it's a little trinket from the dollar store or an extravagant night out with caviar and hammocks on the side of a beach, you deserve to give yourself the time of day. So yeah, Jetstream dreams. Plant positivity so it grows. Watch as self-love cups overflows. One's own esteem illuminates as bright as kerosene. Abundance rushing from a spring. Possibilities takes wings. Acrobatic maneuvers as the heart takes soar, anticipating what's in store. So a lot of you may be burnt out and you feel like you're just running on gas, like just running on fumes. And for others, I feel like you're so surprised and ecstatic over how fast your dreams and manifestations are coming in for you. For others, it's you need more rest and you're burning yourself out. As it's a collective, take whichever of those messages resonate with you. Put yourself in the shoe that fits, okay? And yeah, so I feel like there's a lot of anticipation of what is next for your dreams, especially those who had to let go of a situation, let go of the nouns, people, places, or things that you had to say goodbye to and you didn't get the opportunity for that closure. I feel like your heart does flip-flops of like, going between grieving, but also, still having love for this new opportunities and people that are going to be surrounding you. Like, for example, let's say your manager got a promotion or moved on to their favorite job, and now you're getting promoted to being a manager, but you're like, oh, that's some more responsibilities. And you're learning slowly to fit those ropes, or like you don't belong in the environment that you're working in, and since they were taking you for granted, now you're like, I will take my business and my customers and we will go elsewhere. Like, I feel like a lot of people gravitate towards you, like if there's like a coffee shop or a diner that you work in, people will come from further away just to come see you and watch you do your job and appreciate how well you take care of your customer base and how you represent yourself in a professional manner. Yeah, one's self-esteem, one's own esteem. You are esteemed in the type of work you do, whether that's a job or just the work you do as a healer, as a human, like just the work that you do in everyday life to life with planting positivity and seeds for growth within yourself and the people that you pour into around you. And you always make sure that you're filling your own cup, you're relaxing. People like the fact that you take your time and you slow down. You're doing better at trying to keep your head up high, and when you're walking around, instead of just staring at the ground as you're walking along, just being like, counting the cracks as you walk along, and now you're like, oh wow, I never noticed this shop was around here before. I would like to go there sometimes. So you're literally keeping your head up is bringing about new opportunities because you're seeing more presenting themselves as they come through. For those who have lost someone, that opportunities are coming through as new friendships and support that you may have not known before the loss, or the unwell of a family member. Yeah, it's like your abundance is rushing from a spring. I don't know why I said Russian. Uh, some of you may have Russian descent. You could be watching it from Russia. Just an extra indication and confirmation if that's for you. But yeah, also we wanted to let you know that, like, just like in Dragon Ball Z, even when Yamcha and everyone passed away and it was still there, they could still feel them in the spiritual realm. So I feel like even if you're far away, whether they're alive or passed on, I feel like the people who you've moved on from's higher self is still cheering you on. Like, if you're estranged from your family, or your family members passed on, they're still cheering you on in spirit and want to let you know you're doing an amazing job. They want you to keep speaking your truths. I know today is like Carl Jung Day, and it's like knowledge rests not upon truth alone, but also in air. So, error. Not air, but you could be an air signs. I'm sure there's many signs of the collective here. But yeah, knowledge is not only in truth alone, it is also in your errors. So you learn through your mistakes doesn't make you a failure. It's when you stop trying and stop believing in yourself that you truly stop learning. And well, since this is a place and an environment for learning, then the only place and time you could fail is if you decide to stop learning and stop believing in yourself. Now, you're allowed to have moments of doubt and weakness. We are human. It is natural occurrence, and we are here to learn to navigate emotions. So if you are navigating through those types of emotions, I want you to know that's freaking normal, yo. Like, that's totally what we're meant here to be doing, is learning how to love, how to navigate and overcome our anger in a healthy way. We're here to learn healthy coping mechanisms because honestly, we deserve to cope well. And there's a lot of people who may not be coping well at this time, but they still deserve to cope, so I'm not going to judge or look down upon them for what would be considered, I don't want to say bad or good, but like unhealthy coping mechanisms, and just making do with what they got. Some of you could be getting back into nature and grounding yourself, doing affirmations, affirming that you are safe. If you are not at this time, please do make a nest fund and get out as soon as you can. I know not every place is a safe place, and you do deserve that. Possibility takes wings. You don't need to earn your wings, you already have them. For all of those who don't feel like they're enough, I'm giving you your wings. You earned your wings. You're done. Done. Yesterday, the day before that, the hardest and the most thumbs down day you can think of, you had your wings those days. And I believe in your soaring higher than any hater could ever possibly imagine. because how are they supposed to see you when they're standing in the shadow of shade, you know? So don't let your haters get to you, is the last part of the Jetstream dreams, because I feel like a lot of people may want to slow you down, because I feel like I felt like I needed to rush up talking that. Like, people want you to feel rushed, like you haven't done enough yet, and then when you do something, they're like, oh, you're doing too much. And it's like, if I'm too much, then go find less. So, I want to pull a couple of cards from this Waite Rider deck. So yeah, a tower moment happened recently that you're picking up the pieces and rebuilding from, and it may not have been your first time. For some of you, you're jumping ship, and for others, like I said, you're blindsided. Can we get messages for the collective, please? What is it that you wanted to tell everyone that is tuning in? And this is a timeless reading, so anytime you tune in. You're making tangible progress with the Page of Pentacles, as well as the Six of Pentacles. So you could be really worried about money with the job switch, or as you're going on to becoming your own business owner, you could be saving up for a type of skill and schooling that you need to do. With the Six of Pentacles, you'll get what you deserve. You are getting your just desserts. I think I've said that in a few readings before, so that could definitely been your pile when you were looking for those readings. Getting your just desserts. So yeah, let's see here. I wanted to... Sorry about that. Just let me take my sweet tweet time here. I wanted to pull a couple of cards from this deck as well. This is the Tarot of Transformation deck. I was trying to look up who it's by, but I can't seem to Google my Googles right now, so I will make sure I list it below for those who are interested. So yeah, the Three of Cups, people want to collaborate with you, whether that's making a memorial or in some cases helping you set up your business so that you can be worldwide. You're putting it in the wishing well. I feel like you could be traveling to a place of spiritual, because when I think of wishing well, I think of a spiritual place that is in the mountains by where I live, as well as a dojo where people feel they belong, because I made one inside of my dojo on Warframe. And Three of Cups, so celebration. There is time to celebrate. I'm bringing it back to Footloose. There was that person who passed away really young, and yeah, it was a sad and hard time, and I know it may not feel like it right now, but there is a time to mourn and a time to cry, and there is a time to dance. So may you find your way to your dancing shoes again, and celebration. I know it's hard to think about that when you're just first inside of the loss, and it's not easy to think about wanting to celebrate and dance when you just went through a recent loss. Whether that's a person or a job, it may be hard to want to put yourself back out there and put out applications right after making a big change like that. And now you're walking the walk, talking the talk, and dancing the dance, doing the dance of getting hired, or doing the dance of getting your business set up. But you are dancing. Oh, some of you may really like Claptrap and Borderlands. You could be going to go see that when it comes out here soon, because I was like, I'm dancing. So you could really like Claptrap, or enjoy a Jack Black. And I'm thinking of School of Rock, where you may want to be getting involved with 2112 on the clock. You may be wanting to get involved with a band, or learning a musical instrument, or becoming a musician of some sort, or in the public eye, because he's very fashionable too, in his own quirky way, very fashionable. You could be wanting to become a fashion model or a actor as well, I feel. And Two of Discs as well, Two of Pentacles, balance in material life. You're really bringing in that balance. I feel like not only are you putting your wishes in the wishing well, but you're swimming down there to make sure, and putting in the action and effort, and applying pressure while resting, because with coal or a pearl, yes, you do want to have consistency with it, but if you're constantly opening and closing the shell, the pearl's not going to form, because all the sand's just going to wash away. So I feel like you're investing money in yourself, putting away savings and just not touching it, making sure you're getting down in there in the nitty and gritty. Fairies and elves are important for you as well. Geometric symbols. Doing wish candles or candle burnings as well for cleansing. I see a lot of that if you're not doing that, or shower cleansing as well. If you may want to be doing that if you're taking on a lot of people's energy, especially if you're grieving right now. With the two fishes swimming in a circle there, you can have Piscean energy. Very intuitive. Listening to your intuition when it comes to investing in yourself, using discernment on which of your streams are fruitful. So I feel like you notice which season it is for yourself. Sometimes it's the season of giving, sometimes it's the season of resting. You're really focusing on what kind of season it is for you. There's a whole bunch of birds inside of there as well, so you could be surrounded by a lot of birds. You could be spending more time out in your backyard, camping, all of those fun outside indications. Manifesting really well, financial opportunities, getting what you deserve, with that financial hit that might have blindsided you. I feel like there is compensation coming in for those who need it and deserve it. It could be in regards to a legal battle as well. That may not apply for all of you. And skill developing. You're making tangible progress with the skills you are developing. So you may not feel like you're professional enough or know enough at this time, but you really do. Not everyone's going to know everything. And even if you learn more, you're still going to think, I could know so much more. So like, I don't know ish. I don't know ish about ish. And I don't claim to know anything either. Like I feel like the collective here, you're the type of people who want to know more. Like some of it could be for info dumping and hyperfixations. I feel for others who just genuinely love research. You'd like researching, you like Googling things, you want to know how things are made, so you might enjoy watching those movies and not movies, the TV show, how it's made. Or just really like investing in manuals and connects or bionics, you just like really building and also having fun. And I feel like some of us in the collective have forgotten that fun part that made everything click into place for our manifestations. Because I feel like when we're overworking, we're just bringing in more work for us to be done instead of being like, well, I want to get this all done, but I also want to have fun. So you're like scheduling yourself at least 15 minutes to like sit there, watch a comedy skit or something, anything to give yourself that little extra push that you deserve. So I'm going to pull. There you go. Another card for the collect. These on what messages. Oof. I think a lot of you are going to be feeling relieved because I don't even know if it was a burp, just all of a sudden just happened for me, and I don't know, a release of like tension, but yeah, I feel like a lot of you are feeling relieved. For those who have lost someone, that may not come as quickly as those who are dealing with just a financial hiccup. Yeah, I feel like some of the collective is dealing with sleepless nights, being a lot in their head, and feeling a bit lonely. But you're standing up for yourself and making boundaries and letting people know how much you're able to give to them at the time. If you don't feel like you're have enough spoons to answer someone that day, you do it, and you don't do it with guilt. I feel like you're standing up for yourself with feeling less guilt. In the past, you may have been in your head when trying to, stand up for yourself, or not standing up for yourself kept you up, and now you're doing it and you're feeling like a superstar, or you're gonna start doing that because you just don't think you deserve this, and it's gonna make you feel like $1,000,000. For those who've lost someone recently, they're watching over you and sending you messages in the sky through the stars and the trees and the birds. Yeah, more messages in the clouds here with the sky. Yeah, the number of completion. There's little birds on the top of there, and they kind of look like crows to me anyways. That's what I'm getting. And there's 10 of them, so the number of completion, someone it was just the time of completion, and sometimes we're not ready for an end of a chapter, and it could be hard moving on to a next chapter. I know that even when I read books, sometimes when the book doesn't go the way I want it to, I'll put that book down. But spirit and your guides and those who have passed on and your loved ones that are ancestors of your highest good from the other side want to let you know that they're watching over you and they don't want you to put the book down on your life. You know what I mean? The next chapter. They see you hesitating to turn the page, and for some of you it's still fresh, so I can understand. But for some of you, I feel, and you'll know that it's you, because if it feels like I'm giving you a lecture, then it's probably not time for you yet. It's for the ones who I'm saying this to, and you go, yeah, I knew that. Yeah, I know. It's time. It's time. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I do it. I do it. Yeah, I see me. I'll do it. Then that message is for you. If you're hearing it and you're like, but I'm not ready to turn the next chapter, I'm not finished grieving, you're valid. You aren't finished grieving, and it's not time for the next chapter because you're still closing out that last one with the feelings and the emotions that you deserve to 100% close through. But for the ones who are like, she got me, guilty as charged, then yes, it's time for you to move on to the next chapter of learning yourself through and through. Okay. And messages without any interference of the highest good. Thank you. Yeah, it's they're just taunting me at this point. I've got the message across. It's time to take that leap of faith and not feeling frozen by your fear or frozen by the thought of what is next to come, fearing the unknown and uncharted territory. And for others, it's remembering to clown around. Remember to not be so serious, especially if you're grieving. Remember, like I said, comedy skits and stuff like that, going around and doing things that will remind you of the beauty and the wonder that is unfolding naturally around you constantly in an endless cycle. Some of you could resonate with trickster gods like Loki, Bran, Coyote, Asani. There's quite a few. Werewolves, especially, or other types of shape-shifting mythologies, as most tricksters are usually shapeshifters. That's the reason why I can't. A lot of you could be Norse mythology, have Norse backgrounds, Germanic, like heritage, or be into history, anthropology. That could be your background as well. And seeing that a lot of you are into fashion as well, and taking off the mask. You're taking off your mask and showing people the real you underneath. You're showing the talents that you have. You're showing the voice. You're showing how funny you can be. Because I feel like before you had this mask on and you're hiding all the things, you know, that your inner child would love to do, like sing, dance, laugh, have fun. And not have to have so many responsibilities, and you're trying to masquerade as a responsible adult who doesn't have any need or wants for that, but you're supposed to want and need to keep the love and the vibrance of your childhood alive, and not in a nostalgic way, but in a way of exploring it in a new way. Like, not longing for the past, but being like, hey, I love this and I want to make it a part of my life now. Not being like, oh, I like chalk, so I'm just going to do regular old, drawings that I used to do and only do X's and O's with another person. But you're taking it, and don't take this in a way, I'm not the best of artist either for drawing with chalk, so like if you can only do a small butterfly, then I resonate with that, and that is top talent. But for those who were really intricate when you were a kid, you're taking it to the next level. You're really diving in and you're like, how can I take my childhood talents and skills and breathe new life into it? And I feel like that's the main message, is breathing new life into yourself, relationships around you, and the next chapter of your life, especially if you're leaving behind ones that you love, or leaving behind the person that you had created but don't really like, and you're beginning to be yourself, and whether unapologetically, whether people like you or not. Any more messages for our beautiful collective? Yeah, you're learning that sex is sacred and learning how to come back to your body. You may deal with depersonalization or just wanting to daydream a lot, or your brain leaves like the building and you just go through the motions when trying to connect with others intimately, and you're slowly learning to come back into your body to accept and be grounded in the acts of intimacy. Whereas before, either due to trauma or just getting stuck in a routine, you kind of just, start staring at the ceiling. Your brain goes elsewhere. What's my grocery list? Just because you're constantly on the go, and you're allowing yourself to have that time of intimacy and allow it to be fun. You could be doing dark feminine affirmations. You could be doing sensual affirmations, attracting partner affirmations, or even tantric beats as well. You could be doing yoni cleansings. I almost said Yogi Bear. Hey, boo boo, bring us a picnic basket. I'm hungry. You could be rare. You could be rare to be around and feel like you. I think it was